Moving on to another social media celebrity or beautypreneur who is causing the world to go havoc. There is some havoc that is being wreaked by Risper Faith, and we don't quite understand why. Now, it all started a few years ago, apparently, it would seem. The rumor is it started a few years ago, but now is when it's coming to light. Apparently, this beautiful beautypreneur has been taking people's pictures and using them to advertise her products. One, without their consent, and two, in a very duplicitous way. Because it's not like if someone says that this product is what I use for my face to look like this, and then you find out that, oh, actually, they were just using some random picture off of social media to do that and post that, then it means all these testimonials about how your products are working is probably not true. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, one very beautiful lady who goes by the name of Sony came on social media and she decided to unleash the stories and the drama that she has had. She said that she's tried to get in contact with Risper Faith and tried to get her pictures off of her social media and tried to contact her just to iron out things, because it's okay, you can use my content but pay me, or at least let's have an agreement that going forward you shall be paying me for my content. So she goes by the name of Lush by Sony. She said, this woman has even blocked me. Can y'all tell her to remove my content at Lady Risper? I like, why are y'all so lazy? I don't use her products and never have and never could. And a lot of people are like, okay, what's going on? So obviously this is an infringement. This is a situation wherein you are using someone else's content without their consent, which can actually be cause for suing, right? But on Risper being asked about the story, this is what she had to say. She said, sorry, no, Risper, of course, Sony had a lot to say, including Risper used my content to sell your stuff, then block me. Are you serious? Content creation is not rocket science. Y'all, please help her. Tell me, please help me tell her to take down my posts and my stuff off of her socials. And Risper responded by saying that, first of all, she is shocked, yeah, that people are using this, they're taking this story to a whole other level of chaos. According to her, she says that, where is this thing? She says, with regards to the claims that were made against me earlier, I would like to say that there was no infringement or no infringement was intended whatsoever. And these images are available to public domain. So that begs the question. This is one person on one side saying, you've used my content, you've not, first of all, you've lied to the public about how my face has gotten to this level or how your products have impacted my life. Number two, you haven't even had the audacity to reach out to me and tell me, by the way, I would like to use your content and would you be okay with it? And then finally, and most importantly, when they try to contact you about this issue that they clearly have, you ultimately block them and prevent them from communicating and vexing after you have made them feel uncomfortable. I've seen this happening a lot, and I think Turi has always mentioned this about herself. And in fact, we've seen so many other celebrities whose pictures have been used in Rwanda, in Sudan. Their pictures are being put up on as advertisements for particular things. We've seen, in case you live around these areas of Lavington area, Kileleshwa area, Kilimani area, if you just tembea kidogo like this, you will see a massage parlor with our friend Hamisa Mobeto on it. And you can certainly tell that for sure this girl does not have an idea that her pictures are being used for these kinds of advertisements. So the question I beg to ask is, one, how public is public domains? Simply because I've put up something on my socials, does it mean that anyone can then take up that image and use it for their own pleasure? Or two, do we draw a line with regard to social etiquette? Is it just supposed to be known that this is a level you shouldn't cross, this is a barrier you shouldn't cross? Should we start to write these things down on in public so people understand what the codes of conduct are supposed to be?
Now listen, before we even get to Risper Faith, there's a day that Ludacris and I will wake up and do a tour of salons and kinyozi in East and Central Africa. And that day, you will rue the day you... Because it's very annoying sometimes when somebody sends you a picture and they're like, I saw you at a... they're not paying me nothing. They're just advertising that. People even go to extents of taking pictures from my Instagram and photoshopping hairstyles on my head. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? You know? Anyway, that's another story. But now to Risper Faith. Aki, I understand. I understand the life of a content creator. Let's not forget Kobi Kihara. She was a renowned journalist. There was absolutely no reason for her to do what she did, you know, because it's not like she didn't have the money, you know. You were traveling around the world, you were doing the most. Obviously, even you could have taken the time, unaekelea wallpaper. Your wallpaper inakuanga, I think 150 bob. You look for a cardboard, you plaster it. If that is if your kitchen counter doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. And it's very easy to create this content. So I think it's laziness most of the time. It's just you're too lazy to create this content yourself, or you think you can't, you know, do the aesthetics that are already there, and you just steal it off of Pinterest or somebody's Instagram, and people will know. And there's absolutely no reason, because Risper, you can afford that berry because she posted a breakfast bowl. You can afford to do that. Unaweza tu supermarket, ununue bakuli, ununue kila kitu, upange vizuri alafu upost. There was no reason for you to steal from another babe. Kobi Kihara was out here stealing shoe pics. There was no reason. You had pretty feet, you had pretty legs, you had the money to buy the shoes. Mbona usinunue viatu uvae upige picha? I don't understand.
It really is just laziness.
Exactly. It's just laziness to create your own content, and you feel like I can get away with it. And it's also very embarrassing because stealing from another person and passing it off as your own. There's one thing to post a picture and then, you know, inspired by, and then credit the person. But no, ulijifanya ni yako. And I even had an instance where I posted some shoes, and even told you about it. I posted some shoes. Hii nilipanga vizuri, everything. I took a picture, nika whitened background. You know, the work that went into it. And then somebody DMs me and said, nice picture. Is it from the internet? I'm like, really? What's this? What's this?
You're saying levels as difficult? Excuse us.
If you want to be a content creator, do it, okay? See, Natalie Tower started off the same thing. You know, just start small, build your audience organically, and then move on. Hey, anyway, let us move on.
Ya rispa ni mengi, ya kuku ni mayai.
Ya rispa ni mengi.